Before CGI, actors risked their lives for the perfect shot. No doubles. No tricks. Just pure danger. These Golden Age stars didn't fake it, they lived it. Let's uncover the stunts that nearly killed them and made them legends. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was the ultimate swashbuckling star of Hollywood's Golden Age, charming, fearless, and dangerously committed to realism. Long before stuntmen took the hits, Flynn insisted on doing many of his own stunts, especially in his legendary sword-fighting roles. In Captain Blood and the Adventures of Robin Hood, he clashed swords, leapt from balconies, and swung from chandeliers with reckless energy. He trained extensively in fencing to make his duels look brutally authentic, and they were. Flynn often walked off set with bruises, cuts, and even a dislocated shoulder. One of his most intense scenes came in The Sea Hawk, where he battled enemy swordsmen on a rocking ship deck, narrowly avoiding real injury. He lived fast both on and off screen, but on set, his willingness to dive into dangerous action made him a legend. Errol Flynn didn't need CGI to make adventure come alive, he was the adventure. His daring spirit and physical charisma helped define a generation of action heroes who followed. Flynn didn't act brave. He was brave. John Wayne. John Wayne wasn't just a Western hero, he was the embodiment of rugged American grit, and he put his body on the line to prove it. Long before CGI or modern stunt gear, Wayne took on dangerous roles with fearless determination. In films like Stagecoach and The Searchers, he charged on horseback through treacherous terrain, performed rough-and-tumble fight scenes, and braved stampedes and real explosions, all while keeping his iconic, unshakable swagger. One of his most jaw-dropping moments came during The Undefeated, where he was dragged by a horse through rocky dirt trails. He didn't flinch, didn't ask for a double, he just did it. Wayne also worked closely with stunt legends but often insisted on taking the hits himself, earning deep respect from his crew. Off-screen injuries piled up over the years, but his on-screen toughness never wavered. For Wayne, playing a cowboy wasn't an act, it was a lifestyle. In an age before digital illusions, John Wayne made danger look easy, turning raw bravery into silver screen legend. Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen wasn't called the King of Cool for nothing. Behind that calm, rebellious persona was a man addicted to adrenaline, and he brought that thrill-seeking energy into every film he made. Long before CGI or green screens, McQueen performed many of his own stunts, insisting on realism over safety. In The Great Escape, he didn't just ride a motorcycle, he flew over barbed wire fences, pulling off one of cinema's most iconic chase scenes. Though stuntman Bud Ekins performed the biggest jump, McQueen did most of the high-speed riding himself, even doubling as the German soldiers chasing him. In Bullet, McQueen drove through the streets of San Francisco in a high-speed car chase that defined action filmmaking. He refused stunt doubles for close shots, and those tire-screeching turns? All McQueen. Off-camera, he raced motorcycles and cars professionally, often sustaining injuries he shrugged off. He wasn't just playing a daredevil, he was one. In an era without digital trickery, Steve McQueen blurred the line between actor and action hero, leaving a legacy paved with real risks and unforgettable thrills. Robert Mitchum. Robert Mitchum carried an air of effortless cool, but behind that laid-back persona was a man who took real physical risks for his craft. Known for his gritty, no-nonsense performances, Mitchum brought raw realism to the screen, often at the cost of his own safety. In Thunder Road, a film he co-wrote and starred in, Mitchum performed dangerous high-speed driving stunts himself, racing through winding mountain roads in vintage hot rods with no CGI and minimal safety precautions. His pursuit scenes were so intense and authentic, the film became a cult classic among real-life moonshine runners. During The Night of the Hunter, Mitchum tackled violent scenes with such intensity that his co-stars often walked away bruised. He wasn't interested in faking danger, he embodied it. Off-screen, Mitchum was known for his rebellious streak and willingness to endure physical pain without complaint. He wasn't showy like some of his peers, but his quiet toughness spoke volumes. In an age before digital doubles and safety wires, Robert Mitchum proved that danger didn't need to be loud, it just needed to be real. Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis may be remembered for his charm and matinee idol looks, but beneath the polished exterior was an actor who wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, or risk his neck. In a time before CGI and elaborate stunt coordination, Curtis embraced physically demanding roles with fearless dedication. In Trapeze, 1956, he trained for months to perform high-flying circus stunts alongside real acrobats, including the legendary Burt Lancaster. Curtis insisted on doing many of the trapeze sequences himself, swinging dozens of feet above ground with no digital safety net to catch him. In The Vikings, 1958, he endured brutal fight scenes and frigid waters during intense sea battles, refusing stunt doubles to keep the action authentic. His determination to stay involved in the physical aspects of his roles wasn't just about pride, it was about delivering performances that felt real. Tony Curtis proved he was more than just a pretty face. He was a performer who met danger with a grin and grit, doing his own stunts at a time when every slip could cost you everything. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power was one of Hollywood's most charismatic leading men, but he was also a fearless stuntman before CGI made movie magic safe and easy. Known for his swashbuckling roles in films like The Mark of Zorro and The Black Swan, Power performed many of his own sword fights, daring leaps, and horseback chases. His athleticism and precision allowed him to execute complex stunts that many others would leave to doubles. In The Black Swan, Power's sword-fighting scenes were so intense and authentic that they sometimes resulted in minor injuries, but he never hesitated to push the limits for the camera. He was also known for his horseback stunts, galloping at full speed across rough terrain with no safety harnesses or CGI support. Tragically, his commitment to realism ultimately cost him his life. Power died of a heart attack while performing a sword fight on set. His dedication embodied the era's spirit of risk and authenticity. Tyrone Power wasn't just acting danger, he was living it, leaving behind a legacy of thrilling, fearless performances that inspired generations. Burt Lancaster. Burt Lancaster was no stranger to physical challenge, and his daring stunts made him one of the most fearless actors of Hollywood's golden age. A former circus acrobat, Lancaster's athleticism brought unmatched authenticity to his action scenes. In films like The Crimson Pirate and Trapeze, he performed breathtaking feats of agility, from high-flying trapeze acts to intense fight sequences. His acrobatic background meant he didn't rely on stunt doubles for many dangerous shots, he was the star and the stuntman all in one. In Trapeze, Lancaster swung through the air with incredible skill, executing death-defying flips and catches with little safety equipment, sometimes risking serious injury. He also faced perilous sword fights, falls, and hand-to-hand combat scenes head-on. His willingness to perform these stunts himself added a thrilling edge to his movies that audiences loved. Off-screen, Lancaster's dedication to realism and physicality set a new standard for actors of his time. Long before CGI and modern stunt coordination, Burt Lancaster showed the world what it meant to truly risk it all for the art of filmmaking. Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston was Hollywood's towering action star, known for his commanding presence and dedication to realism. Long before CGI made stunts safer, Heston threw himself into physically demanding roles that often put him at real risk. In epics like Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments, he performed many of his own stunts, including the famous chariot race in Ben-Hur. That legendary sequence was filmed with minimal safety measures, and Heston rode alongside real horses at breakneck speeds, narrowly avoiding serious injury multiple times. He insisted on authenticity, refusing to rely solely on stunt doubles for scenes that required intense physicality. In The Omega Man, Heston endured grueling fight scenes and dangerous setups that tested his endurance. His commitment wasn't just about performing, it was about fully inhabiting the heroic figures he portrayed. Heston's bravery in front of the camera helped set the stage for action films to come. In an era without CGI, Charlton Heston was a true action hero who risked life and limb to bring history and legend to vivid, thrilling life. Buster Keaton wasn't just a silent film icon, he was a one-man stunt crew with a death wish. Long before CGI or safety harnesses, Keaton pulled off some of the most dangerous stunts in film history, with a straight face. One of his most jaw-dropping moments? The 2-ton house wall that crashes down around him in Steamboat Bill, Jr., missing him by inches thanks to a perfectly placed open window. No stand-ins. No special effects. Just precise math, and guts of steel. He also performed a real waterfall rescue in Our Hospitality and once broke his neck filming Sherlock Jr. without even realizing it until years later. While others acted, Keaton lived the danger. His body was his instrument, and pain was just part of the performance. He turned risk into art, knowing that one mistake could be his last. Watching Keaton wasn't just entertainment, it was witnessing human limits being pushed in real time. In a world before visual effects, Buster Keaton didn't cheat danger, he embraced it. Time may pass, but true legends never fade. These weren't just stars, they were dazzling dreams brought to life. Relive the glamour, the grace, and the golden era. Like the video, comment your favorite icon, and subscribe to Golden Age Icon, where vintage magic never dies.